Alarms are blaring in Indiana. The Fever, once a team with championship aspirations, are teetering on the brink. Rookie phenom Caitlyn Clark is a supernova on the court.
Clark has space, he's going to let it fly, and she's going to connect!
Averaging over 15 points a game and finding teammates with laser-like precision. But wins are hard to come by when the other side of the court resembles a wide-open freeway. The Storm waltzed through the Fever's defense in their last game, dropping a scorching 30 points in the first quarter alone. Coach Sides is feeling the heat from fans and analysts alike, especially after the baffling decision to cut Celeste Taylor, the defensive rock they desperately needed. Let's get into the Fever's fiery mess. Can they find a way to build a winning team around Clark, or will this season be a total meltdown? The crowd went wild as Clark splashed a three-pointer at the buzzer, obliterating last year's record. Time was ticking down, only 14 seconds left, but Clark orchestrated the entire play with ice-cold confidence. And it wasn't just about her shooting. Check this out. Clark snatches the ball, dives towards the basket, throws a behind-the-back pass that makes your head spin, grabs it back, and threads an even more impossible pass to a wide-open teammate for the game winner. Clark's a shooting star, that's clear. But things aren't going all great for the Fever. Even with a dazzling performance, 15 points, 6 rebounds, and 7 assists, Clark couldn't save them from losing their last game against the Storm. The cracks are starting to show, and it's not just about the score. Coach Christie Sides is getting grilled for letting go of Celeste Taylor, a defensive powerhouse.
Yeah, that was just a really tough choice. Celeste did everything we asked her. She was a great...
Fans are fuming, and the lack of a clear game plan has everyone worried. Sides' time as head coach might be running out, a storm's brewing in Indiana, and change could be on the horizon. The Fever are in hot water. Their season is on shaky ground, but there's a bright light cutting through the chaos. Rookie phenom Caitlyn Clark. This girl is on fire. She's averaging over 15 points a game and finding her teammates with ease. But what had me glued to the screen in their last game was her shooting from beyond the arc. 3 out of 7 from downtown. The WNBA hasn't dimmed her magic touch one bit. Clark's impact goes deeper than stats. She's built a special connection with teammate Aaliyah Boston. She's already dished 37 assists to Boston this season. That's 6 times more than anyone else. Their on-court chemistry is sizzling, a secret weapon for the Fever. Coach Sides, however, sees room for Clark to be an even bigger force. She wants Clark to be more aggressive, to call the shots and create plays herself. Honestly, it makes sense. With her talent, taking control more could be a game changer. The loss to the Storm stung, but one thing's for sure. Caitlyn Clark is the future of this team. She's adjusting to pro ball like a pro and is already a leader on and off the court. If the rest of the Fever can keep up with her, wins are coming. But the Fever have a huge weakness: defense. The Storm roasted them for 30 points in the first quarter alone. Jewel Lloyd was unstoppable, dropping 34 points and hitting 6 threes. The Fever's defense just couldn't handle her. Turnovers were another killer. They gave the ball away 20 times, basically handing points to the Storm. Even Clark had some turnovers, showing this is a team-wide problem. It's frustrating to see these weaknesses linger when they have an offensive weapon like Clark. The Fever's defense needs a serious fix, and soon. To make matters worse, the Fever cut Celeste Taylor, the 15th overall pick and reigning Big Ten Defensive Player of the Year, just 5 games into the season. She barely had a chance to prove herself. Coach Sides claims it was a business decision, but fans aren't buying it. Social media is exploding with criticism. This whole thing just doesn't make sense. They have a potential superstar in Clark, but they're taking a huge step back defensively. Imagine how Taylor could have helped Clark and the whole team find that sweet spot between offense and defense. It feels like a massive missed opportunity, especially when you have a talent like Clark to build your whole team around. Fans are also scratching their heads about the team's overall plan. There seems to be no clear strategy for bringing in new players, or even getting veterans like Damiris Dantas, who just came back from injury, up to speed. The frustration is reaching a boiling point, with many calling for Coach Sides to be shown the door. Here's another head-scratcher: how the team adjusts during games. Against the Sky, their defense crumbled in the fourth quarter. They were fouling like crazy and leaving shooters wide open for threes. Sides couldn't stop the bleeding. Communication seems like another big problem. Sides admits they need to work on it, but why is this still an issue so far into the season? New formations or a whole new defensive scheme could be coming. All this is definitely affecting Clark. They have a generational talent, but are they setting her up for success? Sides wants Clark to be more aggressive, but there's no clear plan to help her get there. It's frustrating to see so much potential wasted by bad decisions and a lack of direction. The Fever need to fix their defense, figure out how to use their players effectively, and give Clark the support she needs. Otherwise, this season could be a total meltdown. A coaching change in the middle of the season is never ideal, but it's a possibility if things don't turn around quickly. Clark's development is important. She's already a force to be reckoned with, but there's room for growth. The Fever need to find ways to empower her offensively while giving her more defensive support. Don't forget about the fans. If things don't improve, the stadium could be half empty. That would be a disaster, especially considering the excitement Clark generated. The Fever's future is hanging by a thread. With Clark, they have the foundation to build something incredible. But they need to make smart decisions, and fast, to avoid wasting her amazing talent. Coach Side's job is on the line. The criticism is relentless, and management's patience is wearing thin. A new coach would throw a wrench into Clark's development. She'd have to adapt to a whole new system in a hurry, which could hurt her performance in the short term. Losing games could pile on the pressure even more. She already has a lot to live up to, but she might feel like she has to carry the entire team on her shoulders. That wouldn't be good for her or for team spirit. There's also the impact on morale. Clark came to the WNBA to compete at the highest level. If the Fever keeps losing, how will that affect her confidence? The Fever have put all their eggs in Clark's basket, making her the face of their future. If they can't build a winning team around her, it could be a huge setback for the entire franchise.
So, what's next for the Indiana Fever? Can they turn things around and build a winning team around the phenomenal Caitlyn Clark? Or is a coaching change inevitable? Let us know your thoughts in the comments below. And if you enjoyed this breakdown of the Fever's fiery situation, don't forget to smash that like button and subscribe to the channel for more deep dives into the hottest stories in the WNBA. We'll be here to keep you updated on Clark's development, Coach Side's future, and everything in between. Hit that notification bell so you never miss an upload.